Cloud9, can you hear me?
Yes,
we can. Yep.
Great. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the press conference for North America's third seed for Worlds 2021 Cloud9. The press conference will last roughly 20 minutes or until there are no more questions from the media. For the media to ask a question, please use the raise hand function in Zoom and unmute when you're called on. We'd like to give every outlet the opportunity to ask a question before we allow follow-ups. Please direct your questions to a particular player or coach. If your question is for the broader group, please call on someone who you'd like to begin their answer. Okay, let's begin with questions for Cloud9. First question from Andre from GG Recon.
All right, this question's for Sven. So last year wasn't what anyone on Cloud9 would have hoped for. No MSI due to COVID and missed out on Worlds. This year, though, has been a significant improvement as you guys were able to actually reach MSI and qualify for Worlds. Although you quite couldn't get the win today, what's it like to someone rectify last year's performance?
Sorry, I don't understand your question.
So last year you guys couldn't make it to MSI because of Corona, obviously, and then you didn't qualify for Worlds. But this year you obviously made it to MSI and qualified for Worlds. What's it like to somewhat rectify that disappointment from last year?
I mean, it was nice to go to MSI because it was canceled last year, but the performance we had there wasn't so good, and we didn't even make the knockout stage, so that sucked. But I'm happy we went, and I'm also very happy we're going to Worlds this year. I don't think anyone thought we would lose today, but it's what it is, and I'm just very happy to go back to Worlds after 3 years without it. So more than anything, I'm grateful to go to Worlds.
Okay, question from Jay Silver from Game Elevate.
Hey guys, my question is for the entire group, but I would like to start with Mithy if possible. I know it's been a very difficult day for you, but I do want to look ahead to Worlds. So Cloud9, every time that they've been in the play-in stage, they have escaped the group stage, I should say. So I want to ask, how will you guys prepare for these play-in teams? And do you think participating in the play-ins will benefit Cloud9 at Worlds?
We'll prepare the same way we prepare for any other team. I don't think there's any difference. I do think that playing the play-ins will benefit us a lot. But as of the way things look for other regions, we might be having quite some trouble in play-ins. So we just need to take a break now and get our shit together, and then we're gonna have a good run of the play-ins, and I think it definitely is gonna give us a really good experience for sure.
Okay, next question is from Inven Global Nick.
Hi there, can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Great. My question is for Reignover, though if Mithy wants to also chime in, that's fine. Cloud9 had one of the sort of longer postseasons, just being in the first in the first upper bracket round, dropping down to the lower bracket. And against against TSM, specifically, how do you feel like from the coaching perspective, how do you feel the team's approach changed, and what do you think there were things that you guys learned in playoffs that you feel like you can take to Worlds?
What's the question again?
Sorry about that. So what I was asking was, Cloud9 had a postseason that very much showed a lot of growth, even though it was only a few series. From a coaching perspective, were there things that you guys learned, and could you talk about a bit how the approach changed throughout the postseason, being able to play best of 5 series instead of just best of 1?
In between the series, I don't think we can make a major change because we don't have that much time in between. So between TSM series and
Yes, big green.
Yeah, so in between series, I don't think we could make a major big changes because we don't have too much time. So I think it was more of like just us talking about what works best for us, and just watching their games and then seeing what is their weakness, and then just trying to adjust in between weeks. Yeah.
Okay. Next question from Pedro Romero from GameZone.
Hello everyone. Commiserations on the playoff run. This question goes out to Perks. Facing an 0-2 deficit against 100 Thieves, you guys were on the look. You guys were appearing to bring it back for Game 5 until certain areas were taken advantage of in the last team fights in Game 4. And so, from your perspective, what went wrong for the team in the end there?
Yeah, I mean, I think that we kind of started to have it back in the bag in the Game 4. We were obviously really far behind, but our comp should be better like 5-5. I think the awkward part was that I was not there at the beginning of the fight, and I think I just misplayed because I should have TP'd on a different board in hindsight and just go from different side, like go from far behind. I think we'll win the fight then. So it feels kind of bad to lose like the whole series of like a random fight, I guess, like kind of, because I thought we were favorite given my items in that part of the game. So that's why it sucks. But I think in the whole series, we just didn't really play to our standards today. We were not on the same page, and I think we didn't deserve to win because of that. So it doesn't like us winning or losing last fight. I mean, it would be a great story, you know, if we won it, because we would probably win that game, and then Game 5 would be history, right? But I think since we lost, yeah, it feels really bad. But again, we made our own bet today.
Next question from Tyler from Dot Esports.
Hey guys, can you hear me first off?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. This question's for Blabber. Now, you've experienced being NA's third seed with Cloud9 back when you had to grind through the regional gauntlet, back when there used to be a gauntlet. But this time you've gotten the third seed spot after losing in the playoffs. How big of an impact does this kind of change have on your mindset and preparation heading towards Worlds and the play-ins?
I don't think losing here changes my mindset or my teammates' mindsets of how we're going to prepare for play-ins. I think the play-in teams are looking stronger every year, and I don't think any of us are going to like disrespect them. And I think we need to be on top of our game for us to win out in the play-ins and make it to the group stage. So I think we're going to prepare how we normally do and treat them like good opponents.
Next question from Dustin Steiner of esports.gg.
Hey guys, my question is, the playoffs were moved from New Jersey to LA kind of last second. Did that affect your mindset going into the match? And do you think the results might have been different had you had an audience to sort of hype you up?
Yeah, I got this. Not at all. Yeah, actually, I didn't want to win after I heard it wasn't in New Jersey. I actually just wanted to lose on purpose after I heard that. So it was really demotivating that they didn't have the finals in New Jersey. Yeah, thank you for your time.
Thanks, Ben. Next question is from Pedro from Sentinella de Control.
Hello, this question is in general for all the team. In the morning, the person talked about that NA could make it out of groups and semifinals. Can you consider that maybe you're gonna be that team to make it into the semis?
Maybe, I don't know.
All right, moving on. Next question from Travis Gafford.
Hello, friends. Sven, I have always appreciated your ability to break down a series. I know, obviously, a very tough loss. Perk said that you guys weren't on the same page today, but I'd love to hear from you. What do you think went wrong over the course of these 4 games? I don't know if it was something different every time, or if you just felt like there was just some major flaw in the gameplay of the team that caused you guys to lose.
I mean, we had different chairs today on stage. That was kind of fucked up. So there's that. In game 2, I broke my hands. I got called once to Lee. also kind of fucked up. And in game 4, we had shit draft, so that's it. GG.
Next question from Degon from Venny Sports.
Hey guys, Reignover and Mithy, when you hear and see that the guys are on different pages and Max as well, how do you go about getting them back on the same page despite, you know, a game 3 win that
By
really
first
could've gone
picking
your way?
Oriana.
Well, the thing is, so for the series today, I felt like the first few games we had a good approach on what we wanted to do against them and how we wanted to play. And then our backup plan was picking Oriana. Well, it was actually picking Syndra, but they banned Syndra the whole series. So after the first 2 games, we saw that they were very bad, but we were worse. So then we decided for game 3 that we just go late game and hope they're like not good enough to snowball early game, which they weren't. And then I think on game 4 we like was a bit too extreme. And yeah, it was just a disaster of a draft, I think. Yeah.
Great, thanks guys.
Next question is from Parks from Upcomer.
Hey there. I would like to address my question to Mithy as well. I believe it was Jack this morning who mentioned that all 3 teams from NA should make it out of the group stage into brackets, which is obviously a very bold claim. It's never happened before. He and all of the owners expressed that NA looked better this year than in the past. I want to talk to you as the coach. What do you think about NA's chances at Worlds? And as the most dominant NA team historically at Worlds, how do you feel about your own self?
Jackson, everyone.
Yeah, C9 is gonna make it out. The other 2, I'm not sure about that. Yeah.
Okay, next question is from Pedro from GameZo.
This question goes to both Mithy and Reignover. We saw constant early game aggression, particularly in game 3. Was that a point that you guys concentrated on preparing for Worlds with the ticket already in the bag?
I felt like we were a bit desperate on game 3 and we were not actually playing as a team. But like it felt like the early game was like very much solo queue-ish, but we actually came out ahead and outplayed them and like we're actually stomping them. So it was good signs, right? But at the same time, I don't think it's the best way personally to play. But I think it's good that there's confidence and that there's like the will to win. I like to come back, I guess.
Next question again from Travis Gafford.
This question's for Mithy. As much as I enjoyed Sven's very succinct answer to my previous question, I would like to follow up on that question by asking you, Mithy, in games 1, 2, and 4, do you think that there was a common theme on what caused you guys to lose, or do you think it was something different? And if so, I don't know if you can speak to what the issues are that you saw today.
I think this last week we worked a lot like on the mindset of like getting better early games and being more disciplined early, and that showed on stage. We actually had pretty good games 1 and 2, but they had like a very brain-dead team comp where they just like group us 5 and fight us, and we were just not able to play the map and like just play the game in a way that like nullifies that from happening. So we lost game 1 and 2 for that. I mean, game 2 wasn't really for that. I think game 2 we actually did that, but then we just like misplayed. And then game 3 we tried to dumb the team comps down so that we can team fight against them and play front to back, and we effectively did that. And we also won laning phase. So when they were supposed to be winning, I don't know about bot lane, but the other lane, the top side at least. But yeah, that game was pretty free. And then game 4 we just tunneled too hard on getting another late game team comp, and I think they even had a better late game team comp, but they also had better early game. So it was just very, very hard game to crawl back from that one. Yeah.
Thank you. And I appreciate you guys taking the time for the press conference, by the way, as an aside. I know we all do.
Next question from Degon, again of Venue Sports.
I kind of want to ask this one to Fudge, being your first whole year on Cloud9 and, you know, closing now the chapter on your first whole LCS campaign. What are your big takeaways given that you've won a championship, fall short here in third place going into Worlds?
Major takeaway is, I think if I'm not shitting on NA top laners in lane, then it's going to be really hard internationally. So I need to get a lot better at lane, basically. That's the major thing for me.
Thanks, brother.
All right, a follow-up from Pedro from GameZone.
This question goes out to everyone. Which team are you guys looking forward to facing personally in Worlds?
I'm looking forward to facing Fnatic if we get the chance. It'll be fun to play against Niski, our teammate from last year. And I think the matches will be entertaining for the fans and for us as well. So.
All right. Well, oh, go ahead, please.
Dumb one. I want to play dumb one. Nah, I don't want to play FPX. They're too good. Please move FPX out of my group. Give me that one though. They're beatable. Saying that after losing to other teams, I don't know. I don't give a shit though. I'll say what I think.
All right. Well, as it doesn't seem that we have any more questions, that concludes this press conference. Thanks so much, everyone.
No, thank you.
Thank you.